Hello friends, welcome to Credence Weekly Karnataka Current Affairs. In this video, I will be going to discuss about the Karnataka State budget. So in the first week of March, the Karnataka State budget has been presented, and we will look into the various details with regard to the new programs, new provisions, or any new schemes and any new features which have been brought into the Karnataka State budget. So Karnataka State budget is very important from the prelims as well as the mains point of view. So we need to focus on various other schemes which have been provided in the budget, or any other important parameters which we need to be looked on. So we will go in detail about understanding about the budget step by step or by section with regard to various provisions that the government has brought in or given in the budget. So let's start with the budget overview. So the budget overview, so it is a budget estimate, okay, is of 2,65,720 crores. So some of the exams they may ask, but as far the KS prelims KSEs goes, so it no need to go through particularly the figure point of view, but the budget estimate is 2,65,720 crores. If you look into the allocation to the various sectors, this is important. They may ask you which of the following sector has got the highest allocation. So if you look at that from that point of view, the welfare and inclusive growth has got highest percentage of around 68,479 crores. So this sector, welfare and inclusive growth, has got the highest allocation. The next important sector which has got the allocation is administrative reforms and public service delivery. So it is around 56,170 crores. So the figures is not of so much importance, but you need to remember the sectors for which the highest percentage is allocated. Then moving on, the third important sector for which the allocation has made, so it is the stimulating the economic growth. So means it focus majorly on driving the economic factors. So then it talks about the women empowerment and welfare. So we can call it as a gender budgeting. The Karnataka state government has employed gender budgeting, where it has focused on the women. So this has been allocated around 43,000 crores. So the first is the welfare and inclusive growth, the second is the administrative reforms and public service delivery, then is stimulating economic growth. You can focus here on why, means because of the pandemic and situation, the economy is stressed. The major sectors of the economy are under stress. To boost the economic aspect, they have given focus on stimulating the economic growth. Then they are focused on the women empowerment and welfare, so we can call it as gender budgeting. And also they have talked about, nextly they given importance to child welfare, means child welfare department, then the agriculture. So these are the various important sectors in which the fund has been allocated. So firstly is the welfare and inclusive growth, then the administrative reforms, public service, stimulating economic growth, women empowerment and welfare, child welfare, and the agriculture. So this is what the initial allocation. Now we will understand in detail about what are the major initiatives or schemes, programs done by the government in the budget, and what are the any new programs which have been launched. So first we will focus on agriculture sector. In the agriculture sector, they have brought a new scheme called as Raita Shakti scheme. This scheme is a scheme to improve farm machinery, or to inculcate the habit of using the farm machineries what it will do is it will give subsidy to the diesels. So it will give around 250 rupees per acre a subsidy is provided to you for the diesel, so that from the diesel they can employ or equip various farm equipments in their farm field. Then next important is reintroduction of Yashaswini scheme. It is important. So Yashaswini scheme is not a new one. It has been already introduced by the government of Karnataka way back in 2002. Okay. It is a insurance facility provided to the rural family households who are the members of the cooperative societies. So it is majorly what we call it as to provide medical facilities to the rural families, majorly the rural farming communities, and it has provided various medical facilities such as surgical and non-surgical facility, and it has just with it provided the surgical and non-surgical facilities for a family with a financial aspect of 2 lakh per family. So up to 2 lakh per family can avail the benefit under the Yashaswini scheme. So the monthly contribution, the annual contribution under the schemes earlier, the Yashaswini scheme was rupees 250. So the government is planning to reintroduce this Yashaswini scheme. So this is one point of view. Then moving on to the next important aspect. So next is the mini food parks. The government want to establish mini food parks. So it will help in improving the farm output, that is post harvestment management, and also it focus on cold storage structures. See, these points you can use in your mains also. So in the GS3 paper, where the science and technology, and also in the paper 2, the economic related parts, you can add this. So mini food parks, the cold storage structures. So the cold storage structures will be established at Thoravi in Vijaypur. So in Vijaypur they will establish this. So you need to remember this, since it may be asked in the objective type, in the MCQ questions, so that where the cold storage structure is. So it is Thoravi in Vijaypur. Then the government has focused on implementation of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Okay, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, which is a watershed development program. So this program is also will be carried out in the various taluks. Then the government focus on establishment of new agriculture colleges. So this is important. So agriculture college will be established at 2 places, one at Hagari in Ballari district, then another is at Athani in Belagavi. So in 2 places they were going to establish the agriculture colleges. So this is very important from the examination point of view. Now we will move into the sericulture department. Any important measures taken in the sericulture? So under sericulture they want to establish the cold storage units. They want to establish cold storage units at places called as Maddur, Ranebennur, Devanahalli, majorly to store the eggs of the cocoons. Okay, or then they want to establish high-tech cocoon market, at Kalburgi and Haveri. So you can quote these examples when you write the mains for the in the mains. So there is a separate chapter with regard to science and technology, sericulture. So you can quote the initiatives taken by the government to boost the sericulture department. And also there will be a sericulture training center at KR-Pet in Mandya. So these are the various initiatives taken with regard to sericulture department. Now moving on to the next aspect with regard to the animal husbandry. What are the various initiatives the government has taken? So it has brought in a scheme called as Kshira Samruddhi Sahakara Bank. So this bank focuses on providing loan to milk producers. To give loan to the milk producers, a special bank has been established which is called as Kshira Samruddhi Sahakara Bank. So it gives loan to the milk producers. And also with regard to animal husbandry, new veterinary colleges will be established to look after the health of the livestock. Then there is new program Punya Koti Dattu Yojane. So this program is a new initiative where it focuses on adoption of cows so that they can be looked after in a proper healthy manner. So this is the next initiative important with regard to animal husbandry. Then they want to establish a mega milk dairy center at Haveri. So at Haveri they want to establish a mega milk dairy center. So these are the one more initiative with regard to the animal husbandry. Then they want to establish separate district cooperatives for the separate districts Shivamogga, Chikmagalur, Davangere and Chitradurga taluks. So this is related majorly to the production of milk and milch animals. Now we'll move into the next aspect with regard to goat. So there is an insurance scheme with regard to goat rearers. So who are involved in the goat rearing activity? The family has now provided with the insurance of 5 lakh if a person faces any accidental death. So for them there is an insurance has been provided of rupees 5 lakh. Then one more program called as Matsya Siri. So this program is to develop the fishing industry in Karnataka. That is, under this program they encourage the farmers to carry out deep sea fishing by providing assistance to the farmers by providing the mechanized boats or the advanced boats, so that they can venture into the deep seas and improve the fish catching abilities. So this is about the Matsya Siri program. Then with regard to the irrigation, they have given various funds allocated for the various important projects of government of Karnataka. So such as the first is the Upper Krishna project, UKP, third stage, Upper Krishna project. So I will give you a brief idea about the third stage project. So the Upper Krishna project has been implementing in various stages. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. The stage 1 is majorly focused on construction of reservoirs. Stage 1 is focused on constructing of reservoirs. The important reservoirs constructed around the Krishna river is as Almatti, the major. Then there is a balancing reservoir called as Narayanpura. So there are 2 reservoirs constructed across the Krishna, and in the stage 2 they want to effectively utilize the water to irrigate the water stressed districts, majorly Bagalkot, Bijapur, Kalburgi, Yadgiri and districts. To provide the irrigation facility, this project has been envisioned. So the government has finished the stage 1 and stage 2 and they wanted to now move into the stage 3. In the stage 3, what they will do is they want to enhance the storage capacity of the Almaty. They want to increase the storage capacity. By that they can use the more water which has been allotted according to the Krishna Water Dispute Settlement Tribunal. The government has got the Karnataka State has the more water allocated now. So to utilize the further water which has been given, which is in this jurisdiction, which is in the jurisdiction of Karnataka State, to effectively utilize it, the height of the dam will be increased, and it will also facilitate to construction of new infrastructures in terms of canals, in terms of other irrigation systems. So for this third stage, the government has allotted some resources means funds has been allocated to look into the UKP third stage. Okay. Apart from this, other major irrigation projects of Karnataka such as Kalasa Banduri Nala, Mekedatu project, Yettinol project and Upper Bhadra project. So for these projects the government has allotted the required funds in order to facilitate the irrigation programs or projects. Now in continuation with the irrigation aspect, the government also plans to establish a balancing reservoir at Navale. Balancing reservoir at Navale, a place in Koppal district across Tungabhadra river. So why it is so? So the Tungabhadra dam which is been situated in near Hospete, so it has a storage capacity of around 133 TMC, of it around 33 TMC has been filled with the silt. So it is difficult to remove the silt from the Tungabhadra dam. So in order to get utilize the water which is not been filled due to the filling of the silt in the Tungabhadra, the government has decided to construct the balancing reservoir, so that the rest of the 33 TMC of water can be stored in this balancing reservoir at Navale. So this is the idea behind this, and the government has provided funds to carry out various irrigation projects such as Sannatti left irrigation project, Budihal, Pirapura, Narayanpura right bank under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. So these are the various irrigation programs that the government has planned to bring in the next years with regard to improvement of irrigation facilities. Now the one more important aspect is Kharland scheme. So this scheme has been in use. So this Kharland scheme is a unique initiative of the government where it focuses on reclaiming the saline land. So reclaiming of saline lands. This Kharland scheme is majorly implemented in Dakshina Kannada and the coastal districts. So now it has been decided to implement in Dakshina Kannada and Udupi districts. So the lands which are very near to the coastal areas, the land has been submerged with the intrusion of coastal water, that is what we call it as saline water. So this intrusion of saline water into the agriculture land or the peripheral land has resulted the agriculture land to turn into saline, that is infertile. To make this land more productive, this Kharland scheme is implemented. So by this, the effective intrusion of saline water, that is sea water, into the peripheral land will be prevented. So from this we can say that it will help in improving the agriculture land fertility and also prevention of saline water moving into or percolating into the agriculture land or percolating into the groundwater also. So this is one of the initiative with regard to the irrigation system that the government is planning upon. Then the drinking water project. A drinking water project has been envisioned in the budget, where 5 districts will be provided drinking water in North Karnataka by utilizing Kali river. Okay. So by utilizing the Kali river, drinking water facilities will be provided. Then the government also talks about moving from the irrigation department to the other aspect. So government has brought in a concept called as aspirational taluks. The aspirational taluks program. So in the aspirational taluk program, each taluk will be selected based on the aspirational district program designed by the central government. The aspirational district program, which has been designed by the central government on the suggestion of Niti Aayog, there will be a assessment of the districts which are considered as very backward. Similarly, in Karnataka, the aspirational taluks are selected based on the socio-economic parameters. The taluks which are considered as low in the various socio-economic parameters such as health, education, nutrition, all these aspects are taken into consideration, poverty are taken into consideration, and those taluks will be identified and selected and makes all-round development to improve the socio-economic parameters of the each taluks. They are also planning to construct around 100 B.R. Ambedkar hostels and for the welfare of the people or students. Then they wanted to construct around 50 Kanakadasa schools for majorly for the improvement of the education. Then the government has brought in important two schemes called as Shrushti and Kshira Bhagya. So it was already there, it will be continued. Kshira Bhagya was already there. Though this Shrushti and Kshira Bhagya scheme focus on children to improve their nutrition. So majorly it focus on those children which are malnourished, which are very poor in the nutrition. So this focus on improving the nutrition aspects of the malnourished children. Then if we move on to the women empowerment angle or budget provisions related to women empowerment, the government has facilitated a single window clearance through the commercial banks, single window clearance for the commercial banks for facilitate the loans, to facilitate loans for the self-help groups. So the government has established a single window clearance where the self-help groups can avail the loans from the commercial banks. And also there is one more aspect program called as Asmite. This program provides a marketing facility for the products which have been developed by the women self-help groups. These products will be marketed, branded, packaged and made publicity so that these products can be reach the customers and it will help in the fruitful economic growth of the self-help groups. So this program has been devised. Then with regard to the other developments, the government has decided to establish various micro clusters for the growth of a region. So this is also important. So where are the micro clusters have been established? For leather toys, they are focused on the micro cluster will be established at Chikballapur. For embroidery, so they are the embroidery micro cluster will be at Dharwad. Kinhala toys, it will be at Koppal. So Agarbatti micro cluster will be at Mysore. Carpets will be at Navalgund. So toys will be at Chanpatna. Then saris at Ilkal. So these are the various micro clusters which the government is planning to establish in the various locations. You need to remember this. So this may be asked in the match the following or the direct objective type of questions. The whole idea behind establishment of the micro clusters is to improve the overall development of a region, socio-economical development of the region by establishing of these micro clusters. Moving on, the new scheme has been announced called as Nava Karnataka Nirmana, means this is a new sector where the government focus on improving the Karnataka. In the Nava Karnataka Nirmana scheme, the government is planning to establish eco-friendly integrated townships. Eco-friendly integrated townships in each blocks. So establishment of eco-friendly integrated townships in each block and establishment of Karnataka Special Investment Region Act. Karnataka Special Investment Region Act. So it provides for establishment, operation, control and management of mega industrial regions. So mega industrial, it focuses on establishment, operation of mega industrial regions. So then comes the other important proposal or announcement made in the budget where it wants to establish mega jewelry park at Bangalore. So it will be established at Bengaluru. So this is the other initiative which the government is focusing on in order to improve or build the new Karnataka. So it is majorly of industrial related things. Then government has talked about establishment of various industrial clusters such as FMCG center at Dharwad. So then textile park. So textile park will be established at Kalburgi and Vijaypur. At both the places it will be established. So then comes the jeans and apparel textile park. So jeans and apparel textile park will be established at Ballari. So you need to remember in which places various industrial developments or units will be established. So this is about the industrial related announcement which the government has made, and the government has also announced a new program that is called as Elevate Karnataka. So it was already there, so now it has been remodeled, rechristened and announced Elevate Kalyana Karnataka program. So this program focus on the startups, okay, on the startups which are started in the Kalyana Karnataka region, that is which are belong to the areas which are covered under Article 371J. In those areas it will select the startups and then provide the required fund for the growth of the industry. So they also plan to establish global emerging technology center, emerging technology design center at Belgavi. So there will be a global technology center with plug and play in Mysore, at Mysore, and they also plan to focus on augmented reality and virtual reality. So these are the various initiatives that the government has taken with regard to establishment of the technological angle. Then if you look at other aspects, if you look at the other aspects with regard to the development of various initiatives with regard to education, the government wants to upgrade 7 government engineering colleges into Karnataka Institute of Technology. So it will be developed on the lines of IITs, Karnataka Institute of Technologies, so that the quality technological education will be provided with the state of the art infrastructure. Okay, so in this establishment of Karnataka Institute of Technology, the government is planned to get affiliated with the foreign universities. So the foreign universities will also come and provide the required facilities to facilitate the technological upgradations. Then the government has brought in a program called as Nodikali Maditili. So this concept focus on a lab in kit program, where the girls, especially will be provided in the girls high school, where they will need to understand the things, that is by demonstrating the things they will learn the things. So based on this concept, the government has brought this program. Then there will be new educational universities will be established. New educational universities will be established in educationally backward areas, where they will focus majorly on the imparting the quality education in the areas. When it comes, then moving on to the next section, that is the health department, health sector. The government has brought in various initiatives with regard to the health. So first is they wanted to establish Namma clinics. So these are the clinics which will be established in all the wards of Bangalore city and other important cities, which they majorly to focus on screening non-communicable diseases. Screening the non-communicable diseases, especially which are considered as lifestyle diseases, maybe diabetes, BP and other non-communicable diseases will be screened so that they can better addressed. Then there will be a regional cardiology center will be established. Regional cardiology center will be established at Hubballi in association with Jaideva. The regional Jaideva Cardiology Center will be established at Hubballi to give facilities regarding cardiology to the North Karnataka region. Then there will be also a regional center of Kidwai, which will be established at Belgavi to focus with regard to the cancer treatment. Then there is also a establishment of infusion centers, okay, at various district hospitals to provide chemotherapy. That is also for the cancer related treatment. Then there will be a trauma center to be established at Tumkur. Then all the taluka hospitals will be mapped with the Jaideva hospital so that they can have a better coordination and surveillance with regard to the health related parameters. Then next comes the one more program announced in the state budget, that is Mukhya Mantri Arogya Vahini. Mukhya Mantri Arogya Vahini. This program, where there will be, it is called as a mobile clinics, okay. So the clinic will be on the mobile, means it is moving, so it will comes to your doorstep, give you the health treatment or whatever the health need you required and provide the services at your doorstep. So this is the novel initiative of the state government in order to increase or improve the health sector in Karnataka. And also there will be a new Ayurvedic colleges which will be established at Savanur. And also the government is planning to provide free coaching, especially for the NEET exam, through online mode. So this is with regard to the the health sector. If we move to the next aspect, that is if you move into the malnutrition or eradication of malnutrition. So the government focus on various things, such as it has brought in Paustika Karnataka scheme. So in this scheme, the government will distribute fortified rice with the required supplements where the child will have a deficiency. So all the deficient related supplements will be provided through the fortified rice majorly in the 14 districts now. So it will be carried out in a pilot basis in 14 districts. Depending upon its success or the implementation efficacy, it will be implemented in the Par Karnataka point of view. Then there is one more scheme called as Spurti scheme. Under this scheme, it focuses on preventing child marriages and to prevent school dropouts of female students, of female students and to create awareness about malnutrition, create awareness about the malnutrition. So this program has been brought in. So these are the various initiatives which have been taken with regard to the eradication of malnutrition. Now we will shift into the next area where the government has brought in various programs, that is related to the weaker sections. So related to weaker sections, what are the initiatives that the government has been brought in? The first is they have increased the monthly pension for various persons belonging to the weaker section, such as the unmarried persons, unmarried female persons, diverse women and gender minorities. So the monthly pension has been increased from rupees 600 to rupees 800. Okay. Then the monthly pension payable to the acid victims has been enhanced to rupees 10,000. The acid victims pension has been enhanced to rupees 10,000, and they brought in one more scheme called as Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Sauharda Vidyarthi Nilaya. So under this, they will construct a hostel of 1,000 capacities, and they provide free accommodation to the persons belonging to SC, ST, OBC and other minorities in various places such as Belgavi, Hubballi Dharwad, Mangalore, Mysore and Kalburgi. So these are the places which have been selected to construct Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Sauharda Vidyarthi Nilaya. Then the government also wants to establish APJ Abdul Kalam residential schools. Here the school belonging to the minority department in each district will be renamed as APJ Abdul Kalam residential school. And also government plans to establish Sri Narayana Guru residential school in each districts of Udupi, Dakshin Kannada, Uttar Kannada and Shimoga. So these are some of the initiatives with regard to development of weaker sections by providing the education facilities to them. Then for the weaker section also, it has made some reforms with regard to Ganga Kalyan scheme. So Ganga Kalyan scheme, as you know, this is a scheme where the government will provide the assistance in order to drill the bore wells to the various sections of the society, especially the minority, the weaker sections such as SCs, STs, minorities and other backward class. So now what is the reform they have now done is the amount which will be providing as assistance to carry out the drilling of bores will now be transferred to DBT, direct benefit transfer. So this is one of the reforms we can say with regard to the development of weaker sections. So moving on with regard to the amount allocated, the government has allocated various funds. So such as for the Devraj Aras Development Corporation, Veerashaiva Development Corporation, Vakkalika Development Corporation, Maratha Development Corporations. So to make the development among the various communities, government has allotted various funds. So the fund or the number is not important for the examination, so we'll just understand and then move on. So then there is one more important program called as Nekara Samman scheme. So Nekara Sammana scheme, under this scheme the weaver will get a rupees 500 of annual assistance for the weavers. So the handloom weavers, majorly the handloom weavers will now get 5,000 rupees assistance, okay, rupees 5,000 assistance on an annual basis. And the government has also provided interest subvention scheme of 8% from which have been availed by the handloom weavers from the state cooperatives and other commercial banks. So this is one of the initiative to strengthen the handloom sector or the handloom weaving sector of the Karnataka state. So moving on to the next aspect, in the same aspect is the labor, in the labor welfare. So the government has decided to provide 100 high-tech mobile clinics for the construction workers. In order to improve their health or provide the basic facility of health, the government has launched 100 high-tech mobile clinics for the construction workers. And the government also extended the free bus pass scheme, or not free, the discounted bus pass scheme for the construction workers. So construction workers will get the discounted bus pass so that they can commute to the different places at a reasonable rate. Then they have established Vidya Nidhi Yojane, a education related program where the scholarship will be provided to the children belonging to the yellow board, the persons who are drivers who drive the yellow board cars. For those persons for those children whose fathers are the drivers driving the yellow board cars will get a Vidya Nidhi Yojane. It is a scholarship program provided in order to give financial assistance or financial power so that they can excel in their education field. So this is about the various initiatives which have been taken in the budget. In the next video you will come across the left out part of the budget, where we will discuss about what are the programs, initiatives or new measures that the government has taken in the other sectors. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video.